What up, YouTube? JJ here back at y'all with another video. UFC 322, Madalena versus Borcheshev is fast approaching. The main card is absolutely stacked. The whole show is stacked from top to bottom. The main event is insane. The co-main event insane. Both are super fights. And every fight on the main card is amazing. You got Kopylov versus Robocop. You got Wellmaker on the card. You got Angela Hill. How do you not love it? It's certainly a card worthy for Madison Square Garden, unlike fucking last year where we had Katrina Silva on the main card or whatever the kid's name is. Anyway, first fight of the opening prelims, we got Borcheshev versus Camilo. I'm gonna go with Camilo by decision here. I think he's just more composed, better grappling overall, and I feel like he won't get the finish. His last fight, he got subbed out in the second round, but Borcheshev is just, I don't think he's that good, let's be real. He got destroyed by Terrence McKinney in under a minute and subbed. And the guy that Camilo lost, I forget his name, but he's actually pretty good. He's only lost like elite guys, top level guys. I think he's lost to, I don't even know, but fuck it, we're gonna go with Camilo by decision here. Second fight of the early prelims, by Susurkaev versus McConico. I'm gonna go Susurkaev by knockout. This guy's pretty good. He came with the Contender Series and fought like a couple days later, and he won his first fight, so respect to him. He trains with Chimaev. He has a bunch of hype around him. We'll see how good he is. I don't think he'll have any problems getting through McConico. And yeah, good luck to the kid. Next fight, Angela Hill versus Valentina Kline. I'm gonna go with Valentina Kline on this one. Angela Hill is like 40 years of age, and 18-15 record is insane. I think she got the most fights in women's flyweight. So yeah, who really gives a shit? Next fight, Sabatini versus Mariscal. I'm gonna go with Mariscal on this one by decision. Sabatini, if he doesn't get a takedown in 2 of the 3 rounds and hold position, he's sort of fucked. I think Mariscal's a better striker, and I think Mariscal will be able to defend the wrestling. And yeah, Sabatini's fought a lot of people. So is Mariscal. Mariscal beat Jack Jenkins, that's how you know he's fucking elite. But yeah, should be a decent fight. Last fight of the early prelims, Daukaus versus GM3. I'm gonna go with Daukaus to get this one done by knockout. I ultimately think that GM3, even though he's been washed for 5 years, he is officially now washed. He's got 57 fights in his career. I think Daukaus is starting to hit the strides a bit. He's been performing decently, and I don't think he's gonna lose to GM3. I can see Daukaus doing well in the future. He's got potential to be ranked, to be in the top 10, to be in the top 5, maybe title contention, who knows. And yeah, I think he can get past GM3, but it would also be funny if GM3 beats him. Just fucking randomly flukes him. That'd be pretty good. First fight of the prelims, we got fucking Wellmaker versus Bedtime MMA, Ethan Ewing. What's kid's name? We're gonna go with Wellmaker by knockout. I think this is pretty easy. They look like they just dragged this dude off the street, looking like a fucking homeless Bedtime MMA out here. But yeah, should be pretty good. Yeah, I think Wellmaker's is it his left or right hand? I don't even know left or rights, but fuck it. He's got some pop in that, and I think that's probably how he's gonna get it done. I think this is like another showcase fight for him. But he's probably the biggest prospect in the whole of the UFC. Yeah, should be good. Next fight, we got a certified fucking banger. Blanchfield versus Cortez. I'm gonna go with Blanchfield by decision. I just think that I don't think Cortez can do anything to her, and that's sort of the problem of these women's MMA fights. It'll be up to the grappling, and both are decent, but I think Blanchfield is better. And I feel like on the feet, even the advantage lies to Blanchfield. I can see her becoming a future champ. She's only like 25, which does help her. But yeah, another toilet break. Or not, you could be watching for Tracy Cortez. If so, you're a fucking knob. But next fight, this is a banger. We got Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. I'm going to go with Rodriguez by knockout. I think this is closer than some people are saying. I think the Costa fight with Kopylov is what's sort of clouding people's vision. And the fact that Gregory Rodriguez just knocked out Jack Hermansson to the fucking shadow realm. But yeah, I mean, I think Rodriguez can get a knockout here. He's came back from the Cannonier loss, in which he was a heavy favorite in. But I still think he's got that X factor to him. I also think the grappling is also his advantage. And I think he can use that to set up a big shot, which he can get a knockout from. And yeah. Next fight, or last fight of the main prelim card, we got Bo Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. I'm going to go with Nickal by decision. I think his striking will come through. I think this is similar to the Paul Craig fight in senses. It won't be him using his wrestling. It'll be more the striking and him just body kicking at distance for the decision. I think if he's worked on his stand-up, he can be better on the feet than Vieira. But, I mean, who really gives a shit about Bo Nickal? I'm like, good luck to the kid. If he loses, he's fucked. He'll probably retire if he loses, because if you lose to Rodolfo Vieira, you're never becoming a champ or anything even meaningful. Like, if he's not willing to wrestle and not get caught in a fucking arm triangle, then, like, good luck fighting everyone else in the division. Because, like, you're not going to outstrike these people, and if you're not going to take them down if they have a bit of jiu-jitsu, then, like, fuck me. Good luck. First fight of the main card, we got Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis. I've gone back and forth on this one, but I think Benoit is going to get it done. I can see the argument for Beneil, but I just think Benoit will get him. I think Beneil's chin is pretty awful. But, yeah, I think the grappling does lie in the favor of Beneil. I think the people that are saying it's Benoit that has better grappling are crazy. But I think it's good enough to for him to implement it in some cases to help him out. And I think on the feet, while I don't think he's maybe technically more skilled, I think he does have the power, and he has the chin also, and the durability he can get through. And I think he could see a later round two or three knockout. And yeah, should be a fun fight. Next fight, we got Leon Edwards versus CP. I love this fight. I like both of these dudes, but I'm gonna go with Leon Edwards by decision. I think this fight will be people will cry robbery at this one, but I think Edwards can do just enough to pull through on the decision. I think this fight's a do or die for him. If he loses this, there's no way out of this one. He's retiring, and this is a tough fight. Prates can put his lights out, and if he does, no more title shot for Leon. See, the thing is, he can come up with excuses for the Bilal fight. That wasn't that crazy. That was like a 48-47 kind of fight where Bilal clearly won. And then the Brady fight, he got dominated. But Brady's doing decent. You know, he's got a big fight next on the card, which he could get a title shot from. So if Edwards loses this, he's fucked. But I think in the first round, it's going to be nothing much happening. I think Edwards will slightly outland him. I think Prates will put on more pressure, but I think it's Edwards that'll have the volume. The second round, I think Prates will maybe knock him down, but I think Edwards will survive using wrestling, you know, shooting a double leg, you know, while he's rocked. And I think he'll be able to get him down. I think his wrestling is just good enough to out-wrestle Prates in a situation where Prates' defenses, you know, aren't ready. And in the third round, I think Edwards can do just enough to win it. I think this will be similar to a Cheeto Vieira versus Ayman Zahabi fight, where it's Vieira putting on the pressure, and it feels like Vieira's winning, but if you look at the numbers, Zahabi's landing more. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I would like Edwards to win, you know, as much as we hate him, we also do love him. Headshot there, bro. But CP is also pretty fun to watch. Anyway, next fight, featured fight on the card, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I'm going to go with Brady by decision. I think he'll be able to implement the pressure, similar to what he did with Leon, just knock it out of his Morales' face. And I think that's, if Morales wants to fucking see success on the feet, he needs that distance, and I don't think Brady will give it to him. I think he'll use the wrestling, and I think he'll get him down at least in 2 of the rounds. I can see him getting wobbled on the feet, but I think his chin's decent, even though he got fucking knocked out by Bilal. But, yeah. I think he'll get, if the winner of this, depending on what happens in the other fights, especially next weekend with Bilal and Ian Gary. If Bilal wins and Morales wins, I can see Morales getting a title shot. If Brady wins, and even if Ian Gary wins, I think Brady should get prioritized for the title shot, because he's gone out there and taken on this up-and-comer. That doesn't make any fucking sense, because Ian Gary fought Prada, whatever. Fuck it. Brady by decision, and I think he'll get the next title shot. Co-main event, super fight, Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. I'm gonna go with the underdog, Weili. And I don't know why she's an underdog. It was started off as a pick'em, and then Valentina is straight to be the favorite. I don't know. I think Weili's better in every aspect, to be honest. Maybe except the cardio, but as Valentina gets older, I don't know. I feel like she's not going to have as good performance as she can. And even though they're only a year apart, it feels like Weili's much younger. But I feel like the grappling, maybe the wrestling is Valentina's area, but the grappling, I feel like Weili has improved a lot. And I do feel like this fight will probably be a 48-47, maybe a split decision. It'll be very close, but if Weili's able to get up close in the clinch and do some damage, I feel like that'll win her the fight. And the main event, Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev, welterweight versus lightweight champion. If you saw the breakdown video, you will know that I'm going with JDM by fucking TKO. I think you'll get him, and that's what it comes down to. I think JDM has the power to put Makhachev away, and Makhachev's chin isn't great. He got dropped by Volk, who isn't a hard hitter, for 145. JDM hits pretty hard for 170. And I feel like if JDM's able to land the shots he did on Bilal on Islam, he'll get him out of there. And he's had longer to prepare for this one than he did Bilal. He's had longer to prepare than Poirier did for Islam. And I feel like that's what it comes down to. I know I may be using MMA math, but I think it's more realistic to say that JDM's going to win than Islam is to get a sub early. Like, the way I see Islam winning this fight is he takes JDM down, and then he takes him down a second time. And JDM tries to scramble up, and he gets caught in a dash choke. That's the way I see this fight ending. I don't think if it goes the distance, Makhachev can win, because I feel like JDM's just going to pour it on in the later rounds. Unless he has a Shamaya versus Dreykus-like performance where he just takes him down and holds him down every round. But I feel like his grappling just isn't that threatening for that. I mean, look at the Poirier fight. Look at the Volk fight. You know, he had these guys' backs for extended periods of time and didn't do anything. With JDM scrambling and the fact that he's had 6 months to look at this matchup, and he has one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners on the planet, with Craig Jones working the specifics, I feel like that's going to give him a big edge in this fight. And, you know, Makhachev's striking isn't bad, but JDM's is just better. It's simpler. I feel like Makhachev's footwork is clumsy. It looks clumsy. That's how he he slipped in the Moicano fight. People thought it was a knockdown, but he slipped. And I feel like that's a footwork. You can sort of see him tripping over his own feet sometimes. And JDM is going to back him up to the cage. Makhachev's probably going to shoot at a desperation takedown. And I feel like JDM's going to catch him with a knee, and then he's going to pour it on against the fence, probably in the 4th round. And I feel like JDM's going to win this. I think he'll avoid the grappling early. I feel like he'll get into the rhythm in the 3rd round. It'll be a very strong round. In the 4th round, I feel like Makhachev will be doing decent until about halfway through, where JDM catches him and gets him out of there. But yeah, it'll be a competitive fight. I mean, of course it will. Makhachev's number 2 in the world. So, I mean, you can't count him out against anybody. And it's an interesting fight. It's fucking nerve-wracking, to say the least. But I think JDM is just that good to beat Makhachev. They both haven't lost in a decade. They lost in like the same 10-day period, I think. And yeah, I feel like JDM's skill set is good enough to beat Islam's. And that's what it comes down to. I think it's simple but effective. I think the way he feints. And I don't think Islam's a guy that's just going to shoot takedowns like Merab. I think if he's doing all right on the feet, he'll fight on the feet. And I don't think he'll win. I think he can find some success, but JDM's chin and his power is greater than Islam's. And his technique's also better. So for Islam, I didn't see how he wins on the feet. And there is the threat of the takedown, but I feel like JDM's style sort of... he doesn't throw a lot of kicks. So, you know, he sort of incorporates, you know, the idea that the guy's going to be shooting takedowns. You know, he feints the uppercuts, he feints the knees, and he's very slick. He has a chin. I don't think Islam will do big damage on the feet, and I think JDM can do big damage to Islam on the feet, and that's what it comes down to. And I don't think Islam's just going to take him down and submit him real easy, because look at the Poirier fight, look at the Volk fight. You know, Islam can say he had excuses. I know he does for the Volk fight, maybe not the Poirier fight, but I think that Poirier fight's an interesting one to look at, because JDM is a boxer in his style, and he's not Poirier. You know, Poirier's maybe got more experience, but I don't see how his grappling is any better, because Poirier has been subbed in all 3 of his title fights. Like, I know he's faced the elite of the elite guys, but still feel like JDM's grappling's better. I feel like his striking is cleaner. I think in some cases he hits harder, you know, with better technique. I know Poirier's more scrappy, and that was, you know, doing him well in the fight. But JDM's in his prime, and if Makhachev has a similar performance to that, or anything close to that, I feel like he's going to get finished late, mid to late in the fight. And yeah, that is my UFC 322 fight card breakdown. So the picks are JDM by TKO, probably round 4. Weili by decision. Brady by decision. Edwards by decision. Benoit by mid to late knockout. Nickal by decision. Robocop by knockout. Blanchfield by decision. Wellmaker by knockout. Daukaus by knockout. Mariscal by decision. Kline by decision. Susurkaev by knockout, and Camilo by decision. Should be a good night of fighting. Like I said, a card worthy for Madison Square Garden. One of the best fight cards of all time. We'll see how it pans out. But if JDM does win, it may be the greatest pay-per-view of all time. I'm just going to say it now. And if JDM wins, he should be top 3 pound for pound, behind Merab and Ilya. And yeah, like I said, should be a good night of fighting. And yeah, that's about it. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And also we will be doing a fight card breakdown, immediate reaction, and fights to make video after UFC 322. So stay tuned for all that shit. And yeah, it's been a pleasure as always, and I'll catch y'all in a bit.